she doesn't look a day over 89, but that's exactly what she is today. Betty White's birthday was yesterday, and we're very excited to have her with us this morning. She's here to tell us all about the second season of her hit television show, Hot in Cleveland. Cleveland? My husband
that foreign
is from
land.
Cleveland. Mortified. Sorry, Cleveland. No,
Cleveland as in TV land.
TV land, Cleveland. I'm sorry. Betty, good morning and happy birthday. Hot in Cleveland star.
I'm going to milk it as long as I can.
You betcha, baby. You look fantastic. What is the secret?
Oh, you've got to be kidding. Well, having everybody be so nice to you for one thing, and I'm so lucky to still be working in a business I love.
Well, you know what? That brings up a quote that you once said. We're talking about the fact that you never turned down a job. You said, quote, "My mother taught me to say no when I was a girl," but that wasn't about show business.
No, that's true. But I did. But I did.
You did.
For a while.
Well, one of your co-stars says you live on hot dogs and French fries. Is that true?
Yeah, well, there's a hamburger thrown in every once in a while. They try to get me to eat healthy, and I say, well, it's healthy as far as I'm concerned. I'm 89.
We had you come on when the show just started. You weren't sure this was all going to work out. You were glad to be asked, but it's really going gangbusters now.
Oh, it's funny, and everybody said, it's your big renaissance, your big comeback. I've been working, guys. I never went away, honest engine.
Right.
And it's lovely. It's fun.
Well, let's take a look. It's going to come up Wednesday night.
And there's
the
a
premiere.
special guest star in
There is a
this,
special
in this
guest star.
premiere episode.
Oh.
Take a look.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
Hey, fresh meat, pipe down.
What's with the big M?
Stands for murder.
Is that what you're in for?
No, it's what I've been thinking about ever since you started playing that harmonica.
You, of course, played Sue Nivens on the Mary Tyler Moore Show for years. Is this the first time the two of you have worked together since the Mary Tyler Moore
First
Show?
time we've worked together. We were best friends before I ever did the show years ago. But we've stayed friends, and we talk. She lives in New York, I live in Los Angeles,
Right.
and we talk every couple, 3 weeks. But this was the first time in 33 and a half years that we've worked together.
Should we ask why you were in jail, or is that a...
Well, my husband was in the mafia, and he had a lot of loot that he had stolen, and I kept it. And one of the girls is going with a cop, unfortunately, and he found the loot, and I wound up in the can.
Now, in real life,
in the can.
in real life, you've never even jaywalked, have you?
No, I'm so square.
Well, you're so square, but we have some questions from our audience.
Oh, yeah.
And people who've gone onto
And
our
I'm a
website.
little tin-eared, so...
Okay. Our first one is, Dearest Betty, why have you never publicly mentioned that you are of Greek descent?
Hey.
Maybe George Stephanopoulos will bring this up if he is the lucky one that gets to interview
That's from
you.
Elaine Segaris, who's
That's
also
right.
half Greek. I didn't know you were Greek.
My grandfather, my great-grandfather was born in Piraeus, and
Just outside of
he
Athens.
married my great-grandmother, and so the Greek line comes all the way down, and
So we're related somehow.
I'm sure we are. Katanas.
Wow.
We've got some other great ones here. Jim Stephanie, Nashville, Tennessee. Would love to sit with you, possibly over a glass of red wine. You do know it is good for your health, and just talk, yes. I guess I'm asking you for a date. And he had a little smiley emoticon on there.
Oh, well, that's lovely. Could I have a vodka instead of a red wine? Would that be all the same to you? Thank
Your
you.
drink of choice is a
Hey,
vodka.
Jim, I think you just got taken up on your offer if
No
you got some
kidding.
vodka.
Here's another one. Does Betty White cuss like a sailor in real life?
No, I really, well, I mean, what the hell, I died once in a but I don't use any of the other words. I really don't.
Just the H word, as my son would call it.
Finally, Tim Williamson of West Virginia. How did you ever learn to cope with the ongoing jealousies of the pretender sex symbols, such as Raquel Welch, Anne Margaret, and Liz Taylor, over your status as America's true sex symbol?
That's the funniest question I've ever heard.
Come on, he means it, really.
No way.
Well, we know all about your real life crush of Robert Redford, so we wanted to give you a very special surprise for your birthday. We're going to bring it in.
Bring it in. Let's take a look.
Oh.
But Betty, you have to look at the front of the cake.
Oh, that is wonderful.
He's all yours, Betty.
Oh, and I appreciate it more than I can say. I have taken that poor man's name in vain so many times.
Well, he's still smiling about it.
It's to the point where somebody will say, "Oh, hi, Betty, how are you? Robert Redford." Well, we just finished, it hasn't aired yet, but we just finished a whole episode where Elka, my character on Hot in Cleveland, is chasing after trying to find Robert Redford. I've never met him, and if I ever ran into him, I would be so embarrassed.
We're gonna have to air it.
Can't
That's
we
right.
arrange this for
Season
Betty?
premiere of Hot in Cleveland airs Wednesday night. That is coming up.
Thank you.